So a lot of people have asked, why do you have two pumps in your pool? And we've got this old floor vacuum thing that when the second pump isn't running, this thing doesn't do squat. It just kind of sits there. There is a little bit of water that flows out of it, but I think the bottom line is that there's just not enough pressure. And there's two ports on the wall that blow out. There's one over there and one over there. And then that port sucks in, and that's the skimmer. So I can control, there's valves that I can manually control in PVC for them. So what's going on right now is that block that's just squirting water out, that's a water-based timer. So what happens is the water spins the gears around really slowly, and it changes the water flow, so it either goes to the robot or it goes to that thing that will actually pick the robot up and move it to another spot on the floor. I had to open that up and fix it because I can't remember, something went wrong, and I think I rigged it, and it's been fine for 2 years. But so this thing, it has a venturi that blows water up into the bag, and it also has a little constant flow out the back that just pushes it forward. It also powers the wheels and makes the wheels go forward with water, and it also squirts water out the tail that helps just kind of kick up any debris that's on the bottom. It's not really flowing right now. The tail is kind of shooting up, but the tail in this pool, when it's rough, doesn't really last that long. I've had to replace it, and the replacement tail is already kind of toast. But in any case, that's what the second pump does, is it powers this thing. Now, if I go over to my messy garage, I notice that there's really nothing that seems to stop the second pump from running if the circuit was blown on the primary pump. It's only if the timer is at the right time will it go. And I guess the situation is that the main pump could be on and then below its circuit, in which case it seems like the second pump could continue to run. So I'm going to go out here into my messy driveway, and the reason I got into all this electric because I was working on cleaning some carpets, and birds hopped on my wires and pooped on them. So I got all this junk out in my garage here. So I'm going to shut off the circuit breaker for the main pump right now. Now, the auxiliary pump is still pumping. Now notice that pump is not self-priming, and it's the higher powered of the two, but I don't know how it is on flow rate. Because it's wet right now, it might be okay, but I'm going to guess that, well, what do you know? That's interesting. The robot is still running even though the main pump is not. I have never seen this happen before, because the only way I could shut off the main pump before was with the timer, which would also shut off the secondary pump. But now that I've got a circuit breaker instead of a fuse in there, I can shut off the main pump and keep the second pump going. So this is interesting to see because I've never seen this before. I'm pretty confident that the primary pump can't be running now, but that is pretty wild that the secondary pump is capable of running that. I wonder if we're still sucking water in the skimmer over here. It doesn't look like it. I won't be able. Yeah, nothing's really going on in the skimmer. You can see that bug's not going anywhere, and I can come over here and feel if anything is getting sucked in this port. I mean, something must be getting sucked in, because otherwise the robot wouldn't be able to run. So it's interesting that it's really interesting to me that the secondary pump is able to direct water there to that port, and probably not to this one, even though the way the plumbing is set up is ooh, whoa, that's crazy. It's actually sucking in there. That's wild. So that's where the secondary pump, so it actually reversed the flow